Welcome back to another episode of the Harrogate Career mode here on FC25. It's the start of Season 7. It's the start of our second life of Premier League football. You can see here Sonny Cox has 209 goals at the end of his little spell here. Is it the end of his spell? We'll find out later down the line. We have 64 million in our transfer budget. We are 23,000 over wage budget at the moment, but we have 119,000 remaining wage budget with stretch. So yeah, that is looking decent at the moment there. We have a couple of players transfer listed here, including like Benauer, Corday, who has been transfer listed themselves. They went out of the club. A couple of youth players that didn't go out on loan, or did go out on loan, that didn't really do too much. And the first player we sell is a Briefer for 3.4 million. We need a center back. Our max overall is 78, by the way. So Baimula coming into the squad here. I am going to be all over the place. I recorded this post-com already. This is a post-com. I'm sorry about that, but this is a post-com episode. I recorded this post-com already, and I sounded like a robot. So I'm doing it all again, and quite honestly, I don't want to be doing it again, but I have to because this video has to come out tomorrow. Yay! We are going to go ahead and jump into here. 13.6 million for Baimula. He is going to go ahead and join the squad. He's going to be our first signing, and to be completely honest, it could be our first signing over 10 million in this entire series. We really haven't had this money. Maybe last season in our first season of Premier League football, but this well and truly could be our first signing over 10 million. I think our max rating last season was 76, 77 with Sonny Cox, but this time we're going to go ahead and sign Baimula. He comes into the squad from Stuttgart for 13.6 million as our first signing there. We are going to go ahead and eventually sell Corey for 3-point-something million or 4.1 million to Viborg. He was transfer listed. He wanted out of this club, so goodbye to him. We are also then going to go ahead and now sell, we do sell Maccabi, right? Yes, he goes off to Demak for 930k. He was supposed to go off to Inter Miami, but he didn't. That didn't go through, so a sell for him. Poliomino, we also sell. Maccabi and Poliomino, if I didn't sell them this window, they were simply just going to be released. At least Maccabi was going to be released. Maybe not Poliomino. Maybe would have kept them. We also sell Ben House for 1.1 million. Racking up a little bit. They will all add up. It's just a little bit of money in the grand scheme of things. But money is money at the end of the day. It will also help save our wage budget. We go ahead and bring in Tayo Adaramola for 6.5 million from Crystal Palace. He is going to serve as, he's supposed to serve as a backup left back, but he is 76 overall. Noah Allen is 77, so who knows about that. And we make our first risky signing. We go ahead and sign Andre, a goalkeeper out of Feyenoord. He comes into the squad. He is going to replace Bacic in that starting lineup. He is going to be our new number one goalkeeper. Bacic, he started off decently. He did good enough for us to sell Jasper Chambers, a 6-for-9 goalkeeper. And he's been horrible, to be completely honest. He's been horrible ever since he had his start. So Andre comes into the squad to hopefully fill in the shoes, and not just fill in it, but makes his own shoes and makes his own path and becomes the new number one goalkeeper and possibly the best goalkeeper ever, and hopefully go into the clean sheet there. So Plamine Andre comes in for 9.5 million from Feyenoord, our first goalkeeper signing in a couple of years. We go ahead and look to bring in Joshua Rollins in from Westerlo as a backup right back. Obviously, we just sold a Briefer. We want to bring in another backup right back. We do currently have Oshkan at the club, but I want him gone. So we are going to go ahead and bring in Mr. Rollins. He's going to come in for relatively cheap here. I believe, is he actually coming in for cheaper than what we sold a Briefer for? I believe he is, right? Yeah, 2.6 million, yes. So welcome to the squad there, Joshua Rollins, 2.6 million. We got, 3.4 for the other guy for a Briefer, so that's completely fine there. We are going to go ahead and sell Ibrahim Williams off to Real Oviedo for 2.1 million. His loan spell last season didn't do what I wanted it to do, so off to a different club he goes to where he can be a permanent player. Maximum Bernauer is off to Cardiff City for 1.35 million. He wanted out, so he goes out. We're not going to fight him on that. We save a couple of pennies on wages as well. That will help settle down our wage bill spending. We get our first transfer offer for Sonny Cox in years, and it's from a team that got relegated. Everton Football Club got relegated down to the championship last season. We are going to go ahead and play real hardball. If you want to sign somebody when you've just been relegated and we're still in the Premier League, you're going to have to pay, and you're going to have to pay big time, because in real life, he's not going to want to take that step down to Everton. He just isn't. He was going to want to move on to somewhere bigger, somewhere better. So off to Everton, he will not go because they do not want to play ball. Chase Brown has been sold to Turkish side here, and he is off for 2.1 million. He just wasn't good enough. He's not good enough backup cam. We are going to go ahead and bring Ferdinand back to the club. If you remember, he was on loan last season in January. We are going to bring him back to be a permanent player. We signed him for 3.9 million. So welcome to the club on a permanent deal, Mr. Ferdinand. You'll be backup cam for Leo Cassadine if we don't lose him. Ken Oshkan is off to Allianspor, so he's going off to Turkey as well for less than $1 million, less than 900K as well. We go ahead and make a big signing in the midfield. We make a statement signing. I was ready to go with Max Anderson again, but Max Anderson to the bench alongside Ibrahim, and Arthur for 12.5 million is going to come in from FC Metz, and he's going to be paired alongside Danny Gore in that midfield at 70 overall. And guess who our first game of the season is against again? Newcastle United again. So we are playing Newcastle United again in our first Premier League game once more. Hopefully this time it can go a little bit different. We want to get off to a much stronger start in this season. We don't really play a Big Six side until a couple months down the line, but in Newcastle fashion, in last year fashion, history repeats itself. They take the lead 1-0 in the 8th minute in the first 10 minutes. We actually lasted a couple minutes longer last time. Gyökeres in the second half. We kept it close for a while, but Gyökeres chops past our defender, and Harrogate Town are down 2-0 in the first game of the season. And the hope that we had to try and have a strong start to the season is quickly dwindling because we can't clear properly. They make it 3-0 8 minutes later, and Newcastle United are just putting the bricks on us and absolutely destroying us. And in fact, they're going to destroy us so bad, they're going to make it 4-1 here, or 4-0 I should say. O'Reilly gets the ball. O'Reilly blasts into the back of the net. It's 4-0 here, but of course, Sonny Cox, he has to score the first goal of the season. That's exactly what he does do. 82 minutes in, he scores the first goal of the season for Harrogate Town. We're going to get a second goal here with Sonny Cox. A poor clearance by the goalkeeper, but a little too late here. Sonny Cox gets his second, gets a brace, but a 4-2 loss for us. If we were defensively sounder, we could have got something out of this game. And quickly after that, we go back on the transfer market, because if you've seen there, some throughout the game, I was looking at a possible sub for Gonzalez. We obviously lost Edvarson. Jose Gallegos is our sub. He's not really a sub, so we go ahead and sign Dexter Barton for 9.2 million from Harrogate Town, or from Chelsea I should say. He comes into Harrogate Town. He's going to provide competition and support for Gonzalez on that left hand side. Second game of the season against Bournemouth. This is where I expect us to possibly get off on the right foot here. It starts with Sonny Cox chipping the goalkeeper, but also going wide. So he goes wide there, and then they're going to get a lucky deflection goal here to make it 1-0 quite literally minutes later down there. So unfortunately, Sonny Cox cannot put away, but they do. Sonny Cox is going to put away this one, though. A tap-in goal off a rebound from Gonzalez. He finds the keeper, who spills it straight to Sonny Cox, and Sonny Cox makes it 1-1 here. Into the second half. Late in the second half, it's 2-1 with our new signing scoring his first goal for the club, Atta, in the 84th minute, in which could be our first win of the season here against Bournemouth side, who just got promoted from the championship last season. But it's not going to be, because we are going to give up a second goal here in the last kick of the game. They make it 2-2. Bournemouth make it 2-2. We will pick up at least a point in this game here. We won't completely bottle it all the way. A point is what we'll take. And now on to the Carabao Cup game, where we are playing a semi-rotated team. We have Dosh, who's starting at striker, and he actually starts scoring off here in the 10 minutes. I want this game to be over at halftime. It's not going to be over at halftime. We make it 1-0, though. We are going to make it 2-0. We are starting off strong for us to be able to end it at halftime and just jump to sim and jump to the result. But we make it 2-0 here in the 39th minute. They're going to go down the line. Letko finds a great shooting opportunity, a great angle, and Bacic is in net, concedes his first goal of the season. And 44th, that is exactly proven why we not sold Bacic, but replaced him as a starting goalkeeper. He parries it straight into the back of the net. Leo Cassadine comes in the 79th minute, and he takes a lead for Harrogate Town. It's a tight affair, but Leo Castelline scores in the 79th minute, which would eventually be the game winner goal there. We win that game 3-2, win to the next round of the Carabao Cup by the skin of our teeth, unfortunately. In the third game in our Premier League season, we are taking on Aston Villa, who I believe is winnable, and hope is going to give us hope that it is winnable as well, as he takes the lead in the first 10 minutes, scoring his first goal of the season. And Alex Hope is there, but a banger alert from Aston Villa roughly 10 minutes later from Montiero. He makes it 1-1. Into the second half we go, where it's a tight affair here. It's Leo Castelline down on the byline. Leo Castelline, he's going to find Atta into Alex Hope. Alex Hope is going to spin off his defender. He has another defender there. He gets past him, goes near post, 2-1. And Harrogate Town take the lead again in the 60th minute. At 2-1 lead. Alex Hope with the brace here. I believe our whole entire front three has scored. I think Gonzalez has scored. Has Gonzalez scored? Surely Gonzalez scored. I think he scored. If not, who knows? In the 92nd minute, it's a shot there, but it's a penalty. We take him out, and with a great save by Andre, he's going to be able to keep it in play as well. So no corner there. Cheese from them. He picks up the ball, and Harrogate Town survived that very late scare, but here we go. We pick up our first win of the season, but we are about to lose probably one of our best players, and in fact, our best player ever to exist. Atletico Madrid coming on him on deadline day for Sonny Cox, our best performing striker, who's actually up to now to 211, 212 goals. I'm not going to put that on the stat sheet if we are to lose him, because I'm going to forget. And yeah, Sonny Cox, the board said roughly, I think the board said the most we can get or barter for is 60 million or 55 million, something like that. We're going to go highball. We go 70 million. They send us back with 15.6 plus Arthur. So they value him at that value mark. We value him nearly almost, to be honest, I value him triple that. But in the sense of the game, double that. We are trying to get at least 65, and that's exactly what we will get. 65.5 million for Sonny Cox, and he could be off to Atletico Madrid in Spain for a new life at a higher level club. Unfortunately, that's exactly where he'll be go. We will lose our best player ever on this series, and honestly, my favorite player I use this entire game cycle that is not an Arsenal player, in all honesty. Wow. Sonny Cox is gone for 65.5 million. He is off to Atletico Madrid, and now we have to find somebody to fill his shoes, and that is going to be near impossible, because Paul Mullen is our second-time goal scorer, and he hasn't played football for 3 years in this club. Sonny Cox is gone for 65.5 million. And on to the replacement, Norman Bassetti. Coming into this negotiation, he was valued at 25 or 26 million, but when we actually go into it, he jumps up to 31 million. We offer his value of 31. They go up to 37. We go down to 34.8, I believe, and that is going to be good enough there. Bassetti makes it 34.8, and we are going to go ahead and look to bring him into the squad here. Welcome to the club here. We're going to also do negotiations here. Bassetti, crucial 4-year contract deal, 48.5k wages, a signing bonus of 440,000, and he's going to come into the squad and hopefully replace Bassetti. Bassetti comes into the squad. Welcome to Harrogate Town. Not to put the pressure on you, but you have some massive shoes to fill, and I mean massive, massive shoes to fill here. You have 212 goals to catch up to, but on totality, 209 goals to catch up to in 273 appearances. Welcome to the club. Good luck. That's all. About the only thing I can't say to you is good luck to you. And throughout this transfer window, we have loaned out a couple of our youngsters. In fact, we loaned out 4 of them. I will be showing you all those guys now as we go ahead and look to wrap up the episode. We go ahead and loan out Eusebio Cardioga off to New York for 12 months for the season. We are paying 40% of his wages there, so we get to pay a little less than half of his wages. So that is good to see there. We also are going to go ahead and loan out Alfonso Ortiz to AFCS Football for 12 months. I believe we are paying 50-50. Yes, this is a 50-50 percentage deal here, so he is going to be off there playing football somewhere else. We go ahead and loan out Harley Price to Leslie Ganache for 12 months. We are paying 60% of his wages, so we are paying, what, 9.5 or just 10K 10K, probably roughly 10K. And then we loan out Simon Peterson to Salzburg for 12 months. We are also paying 60% of his wager as striker. I believe he has potential to be a decent backup striker. That's going to be the end of this episode. We ended in 11th. I will see y'all next episode. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.